Good morning, YouTube. Yeah, welcome to another chilly day, chilly morning anyway, down here in Georgia. And today, yesterday, amongst other things, is I put this shelf in. The refrigerator is going to go there. I'm waiting for the refrigerator before I build the drawer that's going to hold it. Should be plenty of room for air circulation and so on, and maybe a little extra space, but that's not what I'm doing today. This is all going to be storage, and it's right across from the kitchen, so this is pretty much going to be the kitchen storage. Pantry is right here, or the pull-out one we built the other day, and so this is going to be miscellaneous, but really need some drawers. So what we decided is I'm going to build 3 drawers across here, 2 10-inch ones and 1 20-inch one. I think I'm going to make them about 5 inches deep or so, and that will give her pretty much a 21-inch deep drawers for whatever. I mean, I'm sure one's going to end up being a junk drawer. Now, I'm using some different that I've never used before. I just came across them on somebody else's thing. These are undermount drawer slides. So instead of mounting on the wall on the side, and there's some differences. These little doodads here are the latches that go inside the bottom of the drawer to fit in, and they basically latch into a little pin back here in the back, but we'll get to all that. Now, because I'm mounting it this way, it's not inside of a frame as much as it's sitting on top of this shelf, which is the bottom of that. I need something to attach them to. So the first thing I need to do is going to be to cut a board across the back, because this is 24 inches and these are for 21-inch drawers, so they actually go back 22 inches, a little more than that, and they do have these pins on the back that I could mount them to, or the little holes I can screw it to. So what I'm going to do first thing is cut a piece to go across the back and pieces to go in between the drawers. So I'll get to cutting that on the table saw, and we'll get that put in here. Obviously I'm going to mount the 2 outside ones to here, so I just need to make a simple framework to hold the drawers, and then we'll get into building the drawers. So let me get the wood for that, and we'll get that set up. Alright, so I got the dividers. We'll get them installed. I did pocket holes in the back to hold it all in. This is all behind the drawers. You're never going to see them. Now, the drawer slides, they do come in sets. Right as you're looking at them, you know, your right hand, left hand. And these plates on the back that they mount to, they can be, in this particular model, you can slide them a little bit if need be, and they come out. So when these go in, what I need to do is drill 1/4-inch holes where those are, and because of the way I'm doing it, I can get it right back here in the corner and carefully drill the holes for these. I may end up marking them. I'll take these, I may take these out if I can't get the drill in close enough. I think I can. So I need to drill those holes for the left and the rights and all this, and then we can get installing this part. And then we'll get on to the fun stuff. Once you got the brackets in, then it's simply a matter of taking the correct side, slide it back in the bracket, tuck it over there up against the side, and get it lined up on this end. Tack it in place, put it in place. Now the outside ones obviously I can't put in, but until I get inside. But there you go. That's how, basically how these go. It's a little different installing them in cabinetry, and if I get to doing that, it's still flux of whether or not I'm going to have drawers in the cabinets. Design issues. So but I'm gonna get these in, we get this mounted, and then move on to actually building the drawer boxes. Well, there we go. That's the base now, and these are gonna full extensions. And if you'll notice, they are, if they go in far enough, they are quiet slide, or, you know, they'll close, self-closing. So a little bit of a pull to get them out. But, all right, so, I don't know about you, well, it's lunchtime for me. So I'm gonna stop, have some lunch, and then we'll build these, the boxes. Fun. The drawers are 5 inches deep. So the first thing I need to do is rip a whole lot of pieces 5 inches, because the two on either side are 10-inch drawers, and the one in the middle is a 19 3/4 inch. They're all 21 inches deep. So the first thing I got to do is rip up a bunch of this 3/4 inch plywood into 5-inch strips, and then start making the rest of it. So. So with the drawers being 5 inches deep, I need to rip up a bunch of 3/4 inch plywood. I need 3 drawers. I need 6 pieces that are 21.5 inches long, and then I got the one drawer, the 2 drawers are 10 inches, so I got to take that 1.5 inches off each of those for the fronts and the backs. So let me doing that. This saw is great. It does have limitations, as there's only so much room. So luckily I'm not trying to rip a 4x8 sheet. I've got a partial sheet. Still a little bit of pain, but it's a much more accurate cut than I can do with the circular saw. So here we go. news is it gets easier because every piece I cut off is one less or a little bit less weight that I got to juggle. So let me get these cut up. All right, got all the pieces cut out. Got the side pieces, the left hand, center, and right hand pieces. Now, the next thing to do is to cut a groove in each one of these. That's about a ½ inch up from the bottom. I'm going to do this, and it's going to receive the Luan as the bottom. So the saw blade is less than that. So I got a scrap piece, and I'm going to run it through. I've got this set at a ½ inch. I'll run it through, or a little above a ½ inch. I'm going to run it through this way, and then we'll move I can run them all through. Then I'm going to move the fence to make it so that this is a nice tight fit. And so as a test block, I'm going to run it through all 4 sides, and that gives me 4 chances to fine tune this to get it exactly where I want it. And I am going in about a ½ inch in. So when we put this all together, I'll cut the bottoms a ½ inch so that they snug in on either side, ½ inch bigger than the inside of the drawer. So let me cut this test block. So I ripped a slot in all of these, and this just clears the drawer slide. Now I gotta remember which way I'm moving this. Is I want to move it so that I'm a bigger gap here, because this just barely clears. So here's our test piece. I want to move the fence that way so that it's this way, if that makes any sense at all. What's nice with this is it's rack and pinion, and I can just move it that far. And let's see how this fits on the first try. Maybe I'll get lucky. So there's the first try. And that's pretty good. It's a little loose, so just a little fine adjustment. A little too fine. All right, let's try this one. And that is just a little too much. I went a little too far. So we'll just back it off like a 64th of an inch. That's a pretty tight fit. This is the first one. And this is the next, this one. And I think I can get that just a little tighter. One more shot. And that's nice and tight, no wobble to it. So that's why I like doing the little 4-sided test block. So now I run all these through, and it should all be nice and tight, and then I can start making the bottoms. Now with this style drawer slide, I have to designate what's going to be the back piece. because when these sides sit down in here, this has to be, I have to notch it out to fit over or down over this. So this sits actually inside the bottom of the drawer. So I need to measure these out, and I will get the tape measure. But these are 1 inch and 1/8. So I need to come in 1 inch and 1/8 and just cut this out, a little notch on both sides of the backs. So let's get doing that. I'm going to use my jigsaw. If you have a bandsaw, you can do it with a handsaw. Anything. I happen to have a jigsaw, so I'm going to use that. I like to have everything laid out, so the drawer sides, front, backs, everything laid out, so I just got to pick it up and put it together. And these, I'm putting the fronts and backs inside, so we're going to glue it and we're going to brad nail it, and that way when you're pulling on it, it's pulling against the nails. If I did it this way, every time you pulled it, it would want to pull the nails out. So I got to do this, and a little bit of glue in it. If I can get the glue apart. I'll get it open anyway. There we go. Make sure the grooves are on the inside, and the top and the top is at the top and the bottom is the bottom. Not like getting it half together and finding out that you reversed a piece. The brads are just there to hold it together. Now what I like to do, some people put the other side on and slide it all in, and I like to get this, first get the bottom in, and sometimes having the groove a little sloppy it is nice. I might have made these a little tight to get together easy, but now let me get the hammer. Yeah, so it's tight fits where the rubber mallet is nice. But by doing this, it helps ensure that that it's square. And this back piece should fit in here pretty tight. So I loosen it up just a little bit so that the glue will fit. It doesn't squeeze out all over the place. There we go. There's one drawer box, and it's just your basic drawer box. I've put a face plate on here that'll hide the grooves, but let me get the other ones together and then we'll get installing this. So there's the 3 drawers, mostly, well, they're all made, put together, but you'll notice on the back of these there are these little tabs, and those lock into the back of the drawer. So the best way to find out where they fit is to get the drawers on the slides. You can't do this one-handed. Get this down the slides, right? Bang it a couple times, and it'll leave these little marks like right there. So I gotta just drill a little 1/4-inch hole on each of those marks so that it'll set back into that, and then we do the final step. Along with these undermount drawer slides come these latches. These are what latch in the front. You got those little tabs that hooked it in the back. You got a left hand and right hand, and they just go in with a couple of small cabinet screws in the front and a couple in the back, or one on the back of it. And they are just spring-loaded latches. There is some micro adjustment possibilities. All right, and so I get the those little notches. Whoops. Get the drawer settled down in here. There we go. And a notch. Sometimes I find a little block helps push it in. There we go. And then we come around underneath and make sure that it's latched.